welcome back to Decode Traders Hub. I believe you guys are having a good time, and yeah, good morning. Good morning to those that are already online. Yes, good morning, Patrick. Good morning, Shamim. Welcome, guys. Today is another day to look into charts and look for those opportunities to grab. Of course, this is done here at Decode Traders Hub. All right, so let's head over to a prayer, and then later on we get into our daily routine as how we always do it. Okay, let's pray. Father, we thank you for this morning. Thank you for the good morning given unto us, and thank you for bringing us here where we gather and look for opportunities in the market. And thank you for always coming through for us, for the signals that you give us, the entries and the exits you always provide unto us. Thank you so much that today you are also doing the same as we get into this session. Thank you. And as we gain profits and do all these things that we desire to do, we will remember to give you all the glory and honor. Thank you, Jesus. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So for now, now let's head over right into it, where we start with Crash 500, and we look at what is happening. All right. So those who made money in yesterday's signal crash, congrats. That was a signal right there. We entered it right there. That was a sell there, and then we pushed it. We pushed it all the way there. What was the confirmation here? Those who know, who have at least registered for a mentorship class and gone under that mentorship class that I offer, you know that is a double top right there. That was a neckline there, and that was a sniper entry right there. That is always our entry right there. So that's how we were able to get that trade, and we took it all the way down below right here. All the way right here. That's where I took my profits from that very level. Now, yesterday's analysis, the general overview analysis was to anticipate, I can now delete all this, was to anticipate when price reaches to this order block. Let me first remove history. I show you. When price reaches to this H1 order block, to actually push for buys. Yeah, that's what we wanted, and I had put my buy limits right about that level. So the buy limits are still on. I'm not yet closing them. Let me tell you why in shortly. So that is a buy right there. Those are buy limits that I put, and on reaching that level, the buys started, but they were having no momentum. So sellers still had a big say in the market. So sellers kept on consolidating, and today we saw this break of structure. We saw that break of structure, and when I saw that break of structure, I immediately entered my sales. Why? Because now it means momentum for sales is on, and it is going to push for this very level right here. Yeah, that is where we have our support trend line. It means once price gets to this level, I will close my sales and I will enter more buys on this very level. I hope you guys are with me there. I will close the sales which I entered right on this very level. I will close sales. These sales that I entered, they will be already recovering the floating loss that is with the buy limits that were activated right here. But then once price reaches this level, our support trend line, I will still enter my buys on that very level. Why would I be entering buys? This is the reason why. we have this move that brought us into that kind of flag. This is like a flag right there. Those who have studied, like I said, the mentorship, who have gone into the mentorship program and training with me, you know all these things. So this is a flag, and we know that we'll be looking for that kind of move once we reach this support trend line. So that's what I'll be looking at capitalizing on. But I'm not saying it is a must that this will happen. There is a possibility of price trying to push, according to daily, trying to push for sales. Why? Because of this kind of pennant. This kind of pennant we have. This one here and that one there. So all we want to see is this move according to daily. But again, like I've said, don't be surprised if it continues to give a little bit of more push. That's why I have more buy limits right about here. Why? Because there is a support area right about there. Yeah, so you need to be ready for anything. But most of the times, a lot more times, it first respects this kind of structure. It first respects this kind of structure. So let's wait and see what will come, what will happen. If we are lucky, then it will first respect this structure, then the buys will be on. So once we have a confirmation of buy entries around this area, please don't hesitate to enter the buys. What confirmation would that be? Confirmations on M15 to show you probably a change of character to trigger the buys. So that's some confirmation you would wait for. And of course, I know those that attended the mentorship program, you already know we talked about change of character, and I believe you guys are having the say. Those who don't know about change of character, you can do the research, or you can choose to enroll for the Feb mentorship class. It is on, registration is going on, so you can wait for that. Otherwise, that is Crash 500. I believe if you have a question, please put it in the comment section there, and I'll be able to respond to it. But yes, Patrick says, I made money on Crash, but boom, 1,000, it retraced and took me out from the point I had entered. Oh, sorry. Was it a buy? Was it a sell? Because boom, we sold it. Then later on, we bought it. Just like I kept on updating you guys on the channel, WhatsApp channel for us there. All right, so now this sale is on. I'm in big profits, by the way, on this very sale that I entered late. I'm in big profits. This is a short trade. I want to take advantage of this move up to here. Then I close. All right, I may even close around this level, because it is not always a must that it has to come all the way down below. Sometimes it can not reach that level, and you find that you have to drag now your trend line to reach that other level, which will be the point that it has chosen to stop at. But looking at what I have on M15, actually, on M15, it has to, I have to first see price touch that level, the oversold level. So that's why I will keep on in this very trade for some more minutes. All right, so let's head over to boom 1,000, and we look at that buy. Wow. So boom 1,000. Kudos, by the way, to those that took the trade on boom 1,000. We sold it, then later on we bought it. So like I told you yesterday, it was serving. So let's look at it. we already know this on H1, so let's first head back into M15 and look at what happened. So yesterday, the reason why we traded this, those who remember, those who were on the live session, just like this one yesterday, we first made a mistake. Those who remember, I made a mistake and entered around this level, but I think I was on H1. So when I went to M15, I told you guys that I had seen this kind of pattern. So I told you, wait for price to first reach this other level, touch that, and clearly when it touched it, we made more entries there. That was a sniper entry. If you can see it, let me zoom in right there. That was a sniper entry right there. Why? Because it had touched that very order block right there. So I made my sales right there. The first entry was around there. I had entered on H1, but looking at what pattern I had here, I decided to wait for another entry to reach there and enter more entries on that very level, and they kept on going in for sales. It took me out here when we reached on this level, and I again made another entry after a successful breakout and retest. I made another entry right there just below this order block and made another entry for the sale, took it all the way to our TP level. So we made that kind of money yesterday. So now when it reached here, I remember updating you on the channel that now we are starting to buy it. So the first entry here, it was in big profits, but it took me out also, just like Patrick, but on my SLs in profits right there. They were in profits, so it took me out. But I knew that it was still going to buy, so I made more entries. After taking me out, I entered again more entries, and those entries I've closed them today. Actually, today morning. That's when I updated the chart there. That's when I closed them. But immediately after closing them, after like an hour or what, look at what happened later on. Because I was not on chat, I was using the phone. That's why I closed. I was still doing some other work. I wasn't in chat. So, but yeah, that was some good trades for us there. So let's look at today's way of trading this. First, we remove all this, not necessary anymore. Even that. First, wait. This one is headed right there, so we can probably leave it on. Then take off all this. Delete. So now, if we go to H1, we know that the reason why I have this arrow to there is because of the pattern we had. I think right here. Let me remember it properly. I think right about there. I think it was that. Yeah, and this is the move that brought us into consolidation, or brought us into that very pattern. So this is what we'll be looking for just about here. Yeah, just about there. So that means we'll be looking at price reaching the bit around that level, and we can call it we can take that advantage of the profits on that very level. So I want to drag this resistance level for me. It is now a verified one, though not that much, not that of a strong one because of it being on M15. But yeah, it is a verified resistance level. So what are we doing today? We see a break of structure. So now I can delete this. I don't need them. I know what we need. Then let's look at what we have. What is this now? So that's our current price right there, and as a resistance level. Now, looking at that, I noticed something like this. That is a support. That is an order block. Now we are talking of smart money concept. So those who don't know smart money, like I've always said, you can choose to come in and join the mentorship program and be able to learn all these things. So there is something of sort like that. There's a possibility of a sale coming in to test this level. Why are we looking at this level here? Because of the momentum we saw trades come in after reaching that level. So that's why it is an order block. Most of the buys entered on that level. So I'll be looking at selling it all the way down below. So how can I confirm this sell on this level? Then we go to M5, and clearly M5 confirms the sell that I need. And right about now, let me wait for this hour to close. I can wait for this hour to close, which is 11. Once the hour closes, I can come back and enter for a sell to bring me down below here. I can choose to make an entry right here and put my stop loss just about there. Now, the reason why I normally would love to trade according to hours is I want to be safe. So that's why I will enter another trade with a bigger lot size of 0.5 probably when we clock at 11, when we are at 11. So that's what I'll be looking for. So about now, those who want can enter now, or you can wait for a confirmation on M5. Those who know how we normally wait for the confirmation, you can wait for that. But sometimes it doesn't give us that. But all we can capitalize on is we know that on M15 we have a break of structure. We've been actually in buying. This was a change of character right here. So break of structure, higher high, higher low. Now it's looking for a high there, then comes down below for a higher low. And then later on, we anticipate a buy to take us for a new higher high, just about there, according to M15. So we need to understand that. So that's why I'm looking for a sell right about there. I think that's it for me on that very aspect. So I would now wait for what will come in first, what will actually come through. Why don't I enter this? Let me enter this on another account. Right. This. You know what? Before I enter, let me wait for 11. Let me wait for 11 so that I just don't risk a lot. Okay. Sorry guys, some things I'm doing here on this other account on the phone. Right. Chat. Good. This is a boom 1000. I want to understand it here. M15. All right. All right. All right, so that is boom 1000 right there. Okay, so on those who can, you can enter right there, because for me, what I see here is I don't see any reason why I don't enter this asset right now. I don't see any reason. If it reacts back, it will not exceed that very resistance level. So that's why I'm chosen to make an entry. But it all comes back to how big your account is and how you have planned your risk exposure. What is your risk exposure? What are you willing to risk? Yeah. So for now, I'm in for my sales. I will enter here in this very account another entry once I see some bit of a pullback. Probably about like that, because normally market doesn't move in a straight line. So you can wait for something of sort. Like I've always told you, patience is the key to consistency. Once you are patient to wait for specific points that you always wait for in trade, then you will see consistency in your trading. But without that, forget about consistency, and that means forget about profitability in the long run. All right, so that's it for me. All right, so now let's head over to boom. Sorry about that. Let's now head over to boom. To boom 500. Boom 500. So, boom 500. Did we make money yesterday? I think we did. We did not. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we had that trade right about there. So let's look at it. Let's look at it. M15. First go to daily. Let's look at daily, and then before we can head over to what we're looking for weekly. We have that support down below, and we have a trend line, and also this level right here. So we know that on weekly. So daily, we touched that support or the order block. Call it the order block because it has just touched it, so it means it's now a support level. So once we touched it, we were looking for buys, but we were held up by sellers. So sales started right about there. That is on H4. And on daily, of course, we are looking for price to push and come back to the trend line before we can see buys come in. So of course we are looking for buys according to daily, not according to weekly. So a weekly, it will be like a retracement to where This is the ideal level I see. Why there? This is where big momentum of sales started. But if you go on lower time frame, you may see even more other levels that may be very important, or maybe our points of interest better than this one on weekly. So let's now head over to daily. Look at that. We are pushing for that sell to reach the support trend line there. Now H4 is selling heavily. H4 is selling heavily. H4 is selling heavily. Sorry about that. I have a bit of just morning allergy. All right. So now looking at H4. Looking at H4. We wanted price to give us that fake breakout there to respond to this move right here, but we didn't see that. What we saw actually, what we saw was price kept on with the general trend, which is a sell according to H4 and the H1. So, but as we can see currently on H1, we have reached overbought. We have reached overbought. So if we have reached overbought, then oversold, then there is a possibility of price pushing here. These are not for swing traders. Price reach there, you can enter that, but then knowing that sales are still taking charge, knowing that sales are still coming through. Why? Because price needs to come to that level, and also even this very level right there. So I wouldn't look for buys for long, because you'll be in a hot soup right there. So you need to look for that. As I was still speaking, look at the candle at H1. Look at that. The buys are pushing heavily right about there. The buys are pushing heavily right about there. All right, so that's it on this level. I can wait for price to make my sales about this level, or I can choose to wait. I can enter buys to reach there, or I wait for sales on this level. Sales on the looking for sales just about there. If they come through, then the better. If they don't, then I will be doing what? I will be waiting for a confirmation to make my sell entries. Perfect. All right, now that that has been said, allow me now to head over to Volatility 25 1S. I'm not going to enter this currently right now for the buy. I will wait for this pullback. If it happens, wait a minute. H4 is a buy. H1 is also saying a buy, so I can enter a buy. M15 is also saying a buy. So here, seeing three entries, seeing three time frames showing buys, I can choose to enter a buy and look for my TP just about there. I'm not going to exceed that. I'll just put it about there and wait for what will come through. But unless now this is going to be a sniper entry. Why? You guys can wait for the break of structure right here or change of character, call it change of character, then you enter. But seeing what I have on M15, H1 and H4, there's no reason why I don't see myself entering. Yes, I may first encounter some floating losses, but then eventually the buy will come through because of H4, H1, and of course M15, the way we are looking for buys. All right, so that is now said. Now I can head over to V25. V25 volatility 25 or 25 oneness. All right, so this one here, it's been consolidating since yesterday, and we didn't enter it at all. This was yesterday. Let's see, I think I missed entry. Oh yes, I made an entry there. V25, we made an entry. Let's look at that. Yeah, the sell there, sniper entry right there to this level, and we closed. I entered the buy wanting to reach this other level that we have on H4 and H4 actually. I entered the buy to push for that, but it took me out on my SL. So currently it's been consolidating. I didn't enter again. It's been consolidating right about there on this very order block. That is an H1 order block. So it's been consolidating right there. So if price, we have a confirmation, you can get a one if you can make an entry if price does this. Now this is only for the ones that can be patient, and then wait for the pullback, either on the fair value gap or on this order block, depending on the momentum. But the way I'm looking at it, will come back to this OB, and then you can make your buy entry to take you right about there. So if this candle closes the way it is with a big momentum and closes above and engulfs all these three candles that we're seeing, then price will have to come back to that very point. Once it comes back to that very point, then we will not have any say, only to just wait, only to just wait, only to just wait. So now right, so that is what I will wait for. So until then, I have no say with this asset. We have some sort of a double top bottom below here on M15. Let's look at H1. We are looking for buys. H4, we are looking for buys. So there's no business why we will not wait for something of sort. And the momentum of the buys is now increasing. So we wait. I could have chosen to enter here, but waiting is key. Wait for that, we come in and enter. Perfect. That is V25 1S. All right. V75 now. V75. 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 So V75, let's look at what we have here. Daily, we are looking for buys. and we said we can anticipate buys on this very level. We can anticipate buys on this very level. Now, what is that level? That is another block that pushed buys that side. We are looking for this exact trade after breakout. So, are we in yet for the buy entries? According to H4, we are supposed to be entering buys, but price is still below 10 MA. According to H1, we actually saw some bit of change of character just about there. Not yet, because this is a breakout structure, so this is a high, so we haven't seen any change of character yet. That means we are still going to anticipate something of sort. If it doesn't break structure just right about here, then we can now anticipate this kind of move right about there. So for now, it's a no-go. You can go to M15, look for sell opportunities, but I don't see any. I don't see any. So I can go to I can go to H4 and wait. This is now a matter of waiting. This is a matter of waiting. Wait for this. I'm not seeing a confirmation to sell, so that's why I'm not entering this sell. I will wait for it because I want to enter these buys. This is going to be a good kind of trade that I wouldn't want to miss at all. I wouldn't want to miss at all, as long as it gives me a confirmation. As long as it gives me a confirmation to make my buy entries, and you guys know how we wait for the confirmation. All right, V50. So V75, it's a no-go. Don't make a mistake to enter it. So now V50. So V50, let's look at that. Yesterday, we were looking for price to reach there and then come in with a sell. But, oh yes, yesterday we had not seen this. I had not seen this trend line down below. We had only this point and that point. So this was not yet confirmed. So we anticipated price to reach there and then come in with a sell. But later on, price showed us it was going there. So it confirmed the resistance trend line there, and now we also got our support trend line, which changed the analysis right there. So clearly right now, I can delete this one, you can delete this, delete that, and this. So clearly you can see a breakout. Now this is a fake breakout. This is some sort of fake breakout. This is some sort of fake breakout. So we want to understand it. This is H1, H4. We are looking for buys. So that's the reason why I'm saying it is some sort of a fake breakout on H1. So it's going to either come down below here or just stop around this area, or even stop around this area and then come in with the sell, with the buy. This is the buy that will first anticipate. This very buy is the one that will first anticipate, just about there. So unless we see a breakout or a continuation of this, we are still buying. Yes, someone may ask me, but looking at CCI, it is as if it touched the 90% there and started to sell. From where I am, I'm looking at as if it never touched that line there, that 90% there. So there's some. I can't change this. I wanted to change this so that I see it properly right about here. But from the price action, if we use price action, that is a breakout structure right there. So it will be trying to look for a low just about there and then continue with the buy. This was a previous lower low, so this may be the change of character just about there. Once you have that, then you know that price is going to retest below. It can't continue with a straight line, so that's what we are seeing currently, retesting. Then the buys come in later. That is price action, knowing what is happening in the market. So now we wait for this very move to continue with that kind of buy. How do we make an entry today? Do we have an entry today? Let's look at that. M15. M15 is oversold, which may indicate that we are likely to start buys. Though I still see some pull back and forth, so we may see some consolidation on these very levels. These very levels right about here, we may see some consolidation. So we can wait until we have a proper breakout, or until price comes back inside. You can wait until price comes back inside. Once it comes back inside, then you make your buy entries. Back inside where? Back inside this falling wedge. You can wait for that. That is jump, that is V50. So let's now head over to jump 25. Let's head over to jump 25. Let's head over to jump 25. Jump 25. What do we have here? Daily, we are looking for that kind of move. We are selling daily. Weekly, we are overbought, so means we are looking for sells because of that resistance level. All right. So H4 on the other hand insinuates buys. It shows us buys, and clearly we saw that breakout or the breakout structure just on that very level. It has been holding for so long, that resistance level, and last night we see that it broke out. So if it broke out, we are now seeing this. This is what we can anticipate on H1, and then later on come for this. Let me first clear this chart. Man, some mess right here. Delete all this, delete all that. We made money on this asset. I believe you guys remembered yesterday's trades. We made money on that. So I'm just going to look for this. But now this is going to be in a longer run. This is what I can anticipate. Why there? Why there? That is a level that pushed for this big momentum. But also there's this first one right about here, the one that pushed, and actually we even saw the breakout. So first is there, second is right there. So we have two levels right about there that we can anticipate. Then later on, coming of course with the buys. Just why would we look for buys there? Because we saw a breakout structure, meaning price will be looking for that. Price will be looking for that trend line, resistance trend line. So I can first delete this. We want that, but not for now, just because we've seen this kind of breakout structure. Although it is not that much significant, the price came back inside below that line there, so we can wait and see what happens. If it continues and comes to this, then this may be ideal. This may be ideal to wait for. But for now, I want to first anticipate something like that on H4. So that will be an opportunity for us to enter these buys today. Once price reaches about that level, we can anticipate buys, but only and only if we have a confirmation. On M15, you know how we do this. On M15, once you have a confirmation, then you make your sell entries. Perfect. That is jump 25. Lastly, that is jump 10. That is jump 10. Lastly, jump 10, jump 10, jump 10. Jump 10. Did I even write jump? Or I forgot to put the name jump 10. So this is jump 10 now. I forgot to do the one for jump 25. So jump 10. Jump 10 has been like this for some good time, but yesterday's analysis was on point, even though we did not see this move come through. We knew this was coming. Those who, let me see if I made the entry there. No, I did not. I actually waited for the buys on this level, but it kept me out. They took my money actually here, so I need to recover the money jump 10 took right about here. The buys, I entered buys here, they took, and I was supposed to wait for this and actually take some bit of money, but still they took it. So I have to keep waiting because it needs to pay back the money it took yesterday. Yeah, please don't be like me. You guys, never revenge in the market, never revenge. Revenge doesn't work in trading. When you revenge, emotions come in and everything, before you know it, all goes south, and you start saying, I wish I did not do this, I wish I did not do that. Yeah, but yeah, that's for sure. This is going to give us some money, but how? Let's look at how. So we had a breakout structure right there. That was a perfect trade there. We missed it. I think it was on a Saturday. So it came, gave us this is a lower low, a lower high here. So it is probably coming down to look for a lower low, a new lower low. So but this support level right here is holding. So we are trying to capitalize on this to see if we can push for this buy. Why? Because CCI says we should be buying, and this was like a retracement after seeing what happened on that 0% CCI, which is a retracement level on CCI. So that's why we are looking for buys to push us to the overbought side. So knowing that, but we need to understand the structure on daily. Yeah, daily came to this daily trend line, support trend line. That's why we will be looking for this move right there to touch the upper or the resistance trend line up there. So that's why all these are all streamlining us to look for buys. So how do we actually capitalize on it? We know this is happening. There's rejection of price down below there. So do we have an entry now? Let's see. I doubt we do. So all we can do now is try to put these pieces together and wait. In fact, this was a good entry right here. But do you want to enter a trade like this where CCI is showing you that it is still in between and you're not sure? So this calls you to wait. I would rather wait for breakout just about there for me to make my entry. So now, having seen that, I choose not to make an entry, even though I see that this could be a sniper entry if I enter right about here. Yeah, even though I see it could be a sniper entry once I enter right about here. Why? Because I see that price is being held up. That means if I enter here, my stop loss is going to be just above, below, just about here. Just about here. I always love tight stop losses. I don't want to have a high risk exposure that I've not planned for. I don't want to expose myself a big time. So that's what I can do right there. Yeah, I think that would be a good one. But now I'm not entering it. I'll keep coming to it. Today I may not have time to do the follow-up. But you guys can keep checking it. We may have a chance to make this trade come through today if we have enough momentum of buyers coming in. Yeah, if we have enough momentum of big money guys like banks and what have you coming, we may have an opportunity right here. Let's look at that. This was an order block that triggered for this move. Price came back to it right here. So why am I waiting? Let me just use one trade right here and put my stop loss where I need it to be. And I'll be looking for my TP just about there. That is my third TP level right about there. So why have I chosen to enter now? I want you guys to understand this. The reason I've chosen to do this. This is the order block that pushed price here to go all the way up there. Why do I look for that? It gave me a break of structure there, a break of structure here, and gave me a higher high on M15. This was like a change of character here. Actually, the change of character was here. This was a change of character right about this level. I have a break of structure here, a retest, another break of structure on this other level. Then I have a higher high, which is there. See, I have a higher high there. Then price has chosen now to come down, retest the very level where all these orders started from to push for the buy. So that's why I've made my buy entries right there. Even though M15 is showing me that CCI is still in between there. Yeah, even though CCI is still showing me this, I've chosen to enter because of smart money analysis that I've seen just on this very point. All right, now let's do the recap. I hope we are good right there. Let's do the recap and we call it a day today. So we start with crash 500 recap. Recap. So crash 500. Oh wow, I was supposed to close my sales. Let me see. Forgot about them. Daily. Yeah, I think I should. Yeah. Yeah, close my sales. Close sales. Close my sales right about there. So that I missed to close in big money. Okay, so I can close now. The buys are on. I need to confirm them. Confirmation, you need to remember that you want something of sort and then come in, yeah, for the buys. So for now, it's a no-go. It's a no-go to enter buys right here. You need to see that price has failed to give you a new lower low on M15. Once it fails to give you a new lower low, that's how you take advantage of it and enter your buys. All right, that is crash 500. Boom 1000. Oh yes, boom 1000. My stop loss was taken out. Yeah, it went for, let's look at that. It went for that. It went for that level. Okay, which is perfect even so. So it went for that level. So do we have a say here? Not yet. You can't enter here. You can anticipate another move, just like we had anticipated here. You can anticipate another move like that and then wait for that. So for now, it's a no-go because this move has just started. So if it is going to be a sell to retrace on this level, then you need to anticipate this and wait for it. So we can now delete this, that, delete. Okay, this is what we'll be looking for. In fact, delete this, use this, because on that level we will have buys coming once more. So that is that trade right about there. Okay, so that's what I'll be waiting for. That's what I'll be waiting for. Why? Because it has to retrace. We are buying, so there's that more point. It has to retrace. That it has to retrace. Did we retrace? We did actually right here. We did retrace. We did retrace. Oh man, your sales are going to be short. Please guys, when you're selling, don't put in all of it, because these sales may be short-lived. Just in as much as we are looking for price to react on this level, it has already retraced on this level. So I see little chances of it retracing back here. But if it happens, then the better, because this, according to smart money concept, price has to come back to this. But then, like I've said, you need to wait for a confirmation to see the sales are coming in. So for you to enter here is putting yourself in great danger right here. So you just need to wait. You just need to wait. All right, I think that's clear now. Boom 500. Let's look at that. Let's look at that. You can see what I was saying. Price, if we had not waited and entered our buys here, then we could be in losses right now. You can see that price has decided to go in for full swing and break structure right about there. So day H4, we can see a break of structure happening currently. So what do? We keep waiting. We keep waiting. You can't enter sales right here, but if the sales are, if this break of structure holds up and doesn't come back inside, then you can wait for a retracement back here, and then enter your sales. A retracement back here and enter your sales. Why? Because we know that the momentum, or the trend, the general trend is a sell. We know that. According to H4, according to daily, we are still looking for that sell and then later on come with a buy. So this is according to price action and not according to the indicators, because indicators already are showing you oversold, so you don't have to follow them, because they will give you fake, they will give you a wrong signal. All right, I've deleted something I was not supposed to delete. I've deleted something I was not supposed to delete. Anyways, that's the point there. I will leave it now. All right, so that I will leave it at H1. H1, and we see how it goes. H4. Volatility 25. Like I told you, the momentum, that candle did what exactly we anticipated. So all you need is the high to be formed and wait for the retest. Or you can come in with the sell as a short trade to retest this very order block right there. All right, so that's how we are going to enter this trade today. Retest back here, and then we make that buy trade. Why are we looking for buys? H1 we are buying, H4 we are buying. Daily we will be looking for like a retracement there to give us a lower high and then come in with the sell. So that's why. All right, so we leave it at M15. But you need to remember that if it happens to come back when it is retesting, and if it happens to come back when it is retesting and breaks this level, please don't force that trade of the buy. You need to know that that will be a break of structure, meaning sales are continuing. So always just keep waiting to see if you have a confirmation to enter your buys, or if you have a break of structure, then wait for the sales. I think that is now clear. V75, we said we now wait for this and then enter that kind of buy. V50, price has gone back inside, which is one of our confirmations to actually enter buys. So what do? We have a change of character right about there, so price is going to retrace. After retracement, enter without a doubt. Enter without asking any questions at all. That is our confirmation there. This, wait for that and come in with a sell. That's for sure. We can't say much more than that. Then the buy here, we are in profits, though with low momentum, so we will keep waiting to see if actually we will grab some money today on this jump 10 today. But we are in some small profits. It's still like on the break even right there. I think that's it from me to you guys. I want to remind you that mentorship class Feb is on. If you want to be able to analyze like me and the charts and trade like me, you will have an opportunity or to tell your friend who wants to do so still. There's that opportunity in Feb, and we'll be starting, I think, 6th or 3rd. I don't remember the dates, but I think 3rd we'll be starting the Feb mentorship class. So we have this week and the weekend to do the registration, so that on Monday we start off with the classes. The details are there, as you can see them. Yeah, I believe you know what to do if you are interested in understanding how we do everything we do when we analyze it. And of course, we'll be back here tomorrow, same time. Of course, same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Today, I've done a bit more of explaining and everything, so we've taken a lot of time, but I believe everyone had a good time. So we will be looking at tomorrow. I'll try to be in time. We are 7 minutes late. Let me wish you guys now a good day. Let me see some comments. I had entered. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Desmond. Yeah, Patrick, you said you had entered a buy when it had started buying. Oh, yeah, that it also happened to me. Yeah, it also happened to me. But all is well as long as you didn't blow up the account, and if you didn't lose a lot to impact your emotions, then you are good to go. For those that attended the mentorship classes, I'm going to be doing a major one group all through that I'll be putting all this today. So that means our session will be scheduled tomorrow. So let me do it now so that I don't forget. I'm going to create a WhatsApp group for those that have attended the mentorship class. One group. We've been in separate groups, but now we're going to have one group, and we'll be putting in our follow-ups and asking questions as we trade together. Otherwise, have a happy trading day. See you guys tomorrow, same time. And of course, if I don't think I have the time to do some follow-up, but before I leave home, if I happen to see a signal follow-up, of course I'll be updating that WhatsApp channel. Otherwise, if you don't see me online, know I have some other errands I'm running the whole of today. See you guys tomorrow, same time. Happy trading.